Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Yak Menach out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, so hey, today's a little quick one. I didn't have much planned. Alright, but hey, through the Spirit, I wanted to speak on just because someone says they're an Israelite, all right, or they say they've woken up, okay, or they're teaching the word, all right, it doesn't mean, all right, necessarily that they are, all right. That does not mean to put your whole trust in that person, okay, to give them your whole trust. Like, okay, yes, this person's an Israelite, all right. Hey, you got to examine, all right. You got to examine, all right, and that's another reason. Hey, you got to be very, very careful when you first wake up to this word, all right, with who you're watching, who you're learning from, all right, because there's there's lots of different groups out there that are gonna say they have the truth, all right, but hey, there's only one group, all right, and groups that follow the same doctrine that they teach, all right, and that group is Great Millstone, all right. Of course, you have smaller groups such as Men of Valor that teach the same thing. All right, but you have a lot of groups out there that can throw you off, such as IUIC, GOCC, ISUPK. All right, what's the other one? One Body of Yahweh Shai. All right, hey, a lot of these camps out here can throw you off. All right, that's why you need to choose a camp and stick with it. Okay, and that the camp, the recommended camp would be GMS. All right, because none of these other camps are teaching what they have. All right, so that itself is an example why when somebody says, "Oh, I'm an Israelite," you shouldn't, just go off of that and be like, okay, this person's automatically my best friend, all right? They're an Israelite, so they must be my best friend now, all right? We're friends. You got to realize there's going to be people out there, all right? There's going to be people that, creep in, all right? Try to infiltrate, all right? Especially with all the new recent so-called controversies, all right, among Kanye and Kyrie, all right? Hey, there was an incident, a while back ago, all right, where a brother was confronted, all right, an elder was confronted by, this bug out, all right, and it was believed that he could be an agent, all right, not the brother, but that person that came up, the bug out, all right, and we were under the impression they could be a bug out, but hey, through the Spirit, all right, the way I feel at least, all right, I feel like that so-called bug out guy, all right, was an agent, all right, because if you watch that elder's videos, all right, you've seen that he's mentioned that this guy's been, in the same spots, hanging around, all right, already there, all right, when that's some weird stuff. That's some agent stuff, man. A bug out's a little bit different, This guy always knows and pre and plan, so hey, man. There could be people just like that, all right? They could say, I'm an Israelite, all right? Meanwhile, they're doing wickedness, all sorts of wickedness. They're still eating pork, and even if they're not an agent, all right? All right? They could be, eating pork and smoking weed and doing all these other things, and they're saying, oh, I'm an Israelite, all right? And here you are, trusting them at face value, all right? Oh, that's believing them at face value. We'll use that instead of putting your trust in them, all right? Because that's something different than putting your trust in man. Believing them at face value is the word we'll use, okay? You shouldn't believe these people at face value. All right, you got to examine them. Okay, there's going to be a lot of people that come on the board. All right, there's a lot of people, and we're talking too much. Let's grab a scripture. 1 John 4:1. It reads, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." Okay, so not only are there going to be, false brothers, false sisters, all right, that are in this for the wrong reasons, there's also going to be false prophets. All right, and we see that with these other camps. All right, again, we're not gonna name names. All right, but we've already spoke on names earlier. All right, about names that that go off. All right, now they use discernment. All right, to read between the lines on that. All right, these camps have been got on a lot. All right, a lot. So you should be able to know and differentiate by now. Okay, like it's like the scriptures say. All right. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they have the Most High." All right, so you got to correlate things. All right, do they speak according to this truth? All right, do they are they teaching the right thing? Are they teaching the Bible? All right, are they using the right name? Okay? So just because they say, oh, we're an Israelite, all right, you can't believe these people at face value. All right, you can't just go after them and start following them because they're Israelites. All right, there's wicked. All right, there's wicked among the camps as well. All right, not only camps that are just wicked entirely. All right, and teach heresies, but you're also gonna have agents that creep in. And guess what? These people end up being revealed. All right, in due time, these people end up being revealed. Okay, so that's proof that you can't trust everyone just because they say they're an Israelite. All right, and there's a lot of these people that say they're Israelites. All right, and then within the next few weeks in Salakia, someone decided to grind something in the background. All right, and a lot of these people say they're an Israelite. All right, but then hey, as they're in the camp, all right, and it goes on all of a sudden, all right, or if they're not in a camp, all of a sudden they start saying that they're King David. All right, or that the Most High's Tupac, or this, that, and the other, all right? And hey, they're saying they're Israelites, all right? And you would have trusted them at face value if you're that type of person, all right? But here they are now out in the open, all right, bugged out. So hey, you gotta try these people, all right? You gotta try their spirits, whether of the Most High. Are they doing the right thing? Are they saying the right thing? Are they really about what they're saying they are? All right? Do they go home and heat up pepperoni pizzas instead of cheese pizzas? All right? Do they go home and start chewing on a pork chop? All right, or light up a smoke, or start pull out that bong and start smoking some weed, man. You gotta try these people, all right, and see are they really about this or not? Because even if you don't know that person, all right, and you don't go to that person's house and see if they're smoking or eating pork chops, guess what? The Spirit will reveal them in time. All right, because they're going to be spat out. All right, they're going to be chewed up and spat out. All right, and they're not going to be able to stay within this thing. All right, they will be revealed in due time. All right, in due season, these people will be revealed. All right, that's why you got to try their spirits, whether they're the Most High. All right, again, don't just trust somebody. Don't just believe them at face value because they say, "Oh, brother, I'm an Israelite too." They might be an Israelite they might be an Old Testament only Israelite. All right, they might be an Israelite that thinks that the law's done away with and that you can still eat pork. They might be an Israel. There's multiple different types of camps. There's multiple different Israelites. All right, and you can't walk with someone. Let's grab that. This is Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? All right, you can't get with people, all right, that are doing the wrong things. All right, whether they're a bugged out Israelite or whether they're in the world. All right, it doesn't add up. All right, it doesn't add up. It's like I've said it before. It's like mixing vodka and milk. Okay, and your spirit's gonna be very wary around these people. You're gonna know when something's off. All right. You're gonna know when something's off now, and it's been like that even among the camps, and when there's been someone that's bugged out of a camp. All right, the brother will say, I had some, I felt something was off with that guy, and there may have been incidences. All right, so hey, you gotta try their spirit, man, because these people, there's always gonna be something. All right, and whether it gets passed by at that time, there's always gonna be something that say, hey, that's a little goofy, but hey, we'll look past it for now. All right, or there might not be anything, and then little things start to show through the cracks. It starts cracking. All right, and more cracks and more cracks. All right, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. All right, I don't think King Marshall was King David. All right, and little things like, well, that's not really a little thing. That's when it gets to the big point, and then you're like, okay, this dude's off. All right, this dude's off. Okay, but again, hey, these are examples. All right, I'm just giving examples. That you can't trust everyone just because they say they're an Israelite, right? Because I see that, especially among the new brothers and new sisters. They're so happy and excited just seeing other Israelites. All right, you can't let that get the best of you, and say, oh, this brother over here, he's an Israelite. This is my brother now. He might be going off, man. He might be going off. All right, among our people are evil people as well. Okay, so let's go back to we're here already. 1 John 4:1. Let's read it again. Beloved, believe not every spirit. So don't believe everybody, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High. Are they of the Most High or not? It says, because many false prophets are gone out in the world, and this is specifically speaking of prophets. All right, but among people as well, as we're going to get in Jeremiah 5:26. All right, so that's speaking of people as well as prophets. So hey, watch out when you first come into this truth. Stick with one camp. All right, and that camp, again, I'll recommend, and the only camp you should be watching is GMS. All right, they're going to give you the whole truth. All right, they're not going to sugarcoat it. They're not going to, try to add in little worldly things, all right, to make it seem more appealing to you. Hey, it's going to be rough and raw, all right, like that sugar on the raw. It's not refined. It's raw. It comes straight from how it is, all right. And if you don't like that, then no, that's on you. All right, that's the Most High. The Most High might not be dealing with you if you don't like hearing the pure, unadulterated truth. All right, if you got to hear it sugarcoated and wrapped around, you got to have Negro spirituals wrapped up within it. All right, and dance around. Hey, man, maybe you're not searching for the right thing. All right, but this is Jeremiah 5:26, and it reads, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men." Okay, so this shows you right here that there are people, all right, among us, all right, among my people. The Lord's people are Israelites. Okay, so for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as they setteth snares. Now, if you look at what a snare is, all right, it's probably going to pull up a drum first and foremost. But you got to get a snare. Here it is, a trap for catching birds or animals, typically one having a noose of wire or cord. All right, so it can either be a cord or it can be like a little rope. There's probably a picture of it. You're gonna have to look up a trap. All right, and they usually tie it between two trees. All right, not to tripwire. Now this is a snare. Okay, so as you can see, your foot can get stuck in that. All right, there you go. That's a snare. Okay, there you go. And as you can see, there's animals that have been caught in it. All right. And, they're saying it is inhumane, all right, to do that to animals. That's more of Esau's stuff, all right, and there's no reason to be. Anyway, that's a completely different topic. Jeremiah 5:26, once again, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that set a snare." So they lay wait just the same as someone who sets snares, all right. They set a trap and they catch men, all right, and they catch men in multiple different ways, all right. And this is, you might have something good, and then you end up stumbling off in one of these camps, all right, one of these wicked camps, all right. And again, we're not going to name names. Just know that they're not GMS, all right. So, and they stumble over there, and they like the flashiness and all that stuff, and then they end up losing their mind, and that's through no fault of their own, all right. That's the Most High. The Most High didn't want them to have the true truth. Or, and that's really what it goes back to. They were blinded, okay? They were blinded. So, for among my people are found wicked men, all right? This shows you not everyone that says they're an Israelite is going to be, nice or trying to do the right thing, all right? Just like with everything, there's going to be people that try to, agents that try to creep in, all right? That try to, ruin a good thing. Now, are they going to be able to ruin a good thing? No, absolutely not, all right? The Lord won't allow it. All right, but will the Lord allow some of these, people to sift men? Yes, that is true. All right, and some of these people might, hey man, we should go over here and start teaching this other thing. You might go with them. All right, if that's the what the Lord wanted you to do. All right, if that was your lot. Okay. So you got to be very careful, not just believe everybody. Don't just believe everybody. This is Matthew 7:15 through 16. Again, speaking of false prophets this time, it says, "Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." All right, so we're sheep. All right, so someone might put on the clothing of a sheep. All right, but they're actually a wolf. All right, and they might come among us. Okay, it says, "You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs, or thistles?" Or figs of thistles. All right, so you might first say, "Oh, hey, shalom, brother, shalom." You say, "Oh, all right, okay, shalom, brother, how you doing?" All right, and when you say shalom, brother, how you doing? All right, you see the apostles and the elders and doing that. That doesn't mean they're trusting them instantly at face value. All right, especially among the apostles, you have to be validated amongst the and what's not validated. You have to be what's the word I'm looking for? Salakia. You got to be tried, for example, especially among the apostles. All right, they'll say shalom, how you doing? But hey, especially even when you're a brother, when you start fellowshipping, you're going to be tried. You're going to be okay, is he right? Is he not right? All right, so hey, that's how it's going to be. All right, you can't trust somebody at face value. All right, if I come up and said, "Hey, I'm your best friend, I'm nice, all right, I'm going to come crash at your house," would you trust me? And absolutely not. You'd be like, "Okay, well, I don't really know this dude. All right, I don't really know him. All right, we're speaking this in a worldly sense. It's not saying you knew me as a brother or whatnot. I'm just saying if I was a random dude off the street and I say, "Hey man, look, I need a place to stay. I'm really nice. I don't kill people." Are you gonna believe me? Just off of that, no, hey, the people are gonna say. There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I'm a good guy," but they're terrible people. You gotta look at the people in the world that say, "Oh, I'm nice," but yet here they are at abortion rallies. All right, here they are at Mo Fest. All right, at the PR to the I to the DE fests. All right, there they are, right, smoking weed, doing drugs. All right, doing all sorts of abomination. They say, I'm a good person. In my heart, I'm a good person. No, you're not. You're a fucking evil piece of shit is what you are. All right, but hey, you can't believe everybody at face value, man, especially when you're in this truth. All right, you got to be very cautious. So once again, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes or of thorns or figs of thistles? All right, so you're going to know them by their fruits. All right, you're going to know. You're going to see things. You're going to be like, okay, this dude just said that, and it might start off small. This dude might have said, he said this thing. And I was like, yeah, I was a little weird about that. That's a little strange. And then all of a sudden, he starts talking about, I don't agree with all the things that GMS has to say. Okay, now something's up. Now something's wrong, man. All right, you're bugging out. All right, you're bugging out. All right, and they may get kicked at that point, more than likely. All right. Or they might be quiet and hush-hush, and then all of a sudden they bug out in a grand scale of bug-out-a-tree, all right, and start saying, I don't believe King David was King Shah. I think Yahushua was actually Tupac, and I think the white man can be sick, and just, going off on all this crazy off shit, all right, and hey, guess what? You know them by their fruits, all right? That ain't it. All right? This is, Jude 1-4. Speaking of agents, man, you're gonna have them. You're going to have them among the camps, all right? And the brothers know, all right? The apostles and elders know, all right? They know this is a thing, all right? Why? Because it's a scripture. They know. They're aware, okay? They're aware. They might not know who it may be, but in due time, that person will be revealed, all right? Through the power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, all right? Because those people aren't going to be able to stay within the camp, all right? It ain't going to work. It doesn't work, all right? It's like kryptonite to them. All right, they might think they can handle it for a while, but something's going to happen where they got to get away. All right, the truth really starts messing with people and eating with people, all right, that it isn't for. So this is Jude 1-4, speaking of those agents. For there are certain men crept in unawares who were before the old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, okay, so ungodly men against the Lord, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness, and denying the only Lord our power, and our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. All right. So hey, there's gonna be people that creep in. All right, they're ungodly men. All right, and deny the Lord. All right, Yahweh Shemi Yahushua. They might not believe that's the true name. All right, or multiple different ways. All right, we can't give you a grand, list of how all they're gonna be, how they're gonna come, what they're gonna look like, how they're gonna act. But just know, all right, in due time that they will be revealed. All right, and this is a reason. Again, the topic of this lesson is don't believe everyone. Just don't. She's a good sister. She's a good sister. Hey, she might be going off. All right, she said she was an Israelite. Okay, that doesn't. Kanye said he's an Israelite. Kyrie said he's an Israelite. Kodak said he's an Israelite. Okay. What's his name? Fucking Auntie is a man now. Kendrick Lamar said he's an Israelite. Okay. Does that mean these people are your brothers and you love them now and they're doing the right thing? Absolutely fucking not, man. All right. Absolutely not. Okay. Kyrie just got done donating a whole bunch of money to a false religion. Okay. All right. And Kyrie and Kanye is clearly bugged out. All right. He's still using the name Lord Christ. All right. And Jesus. All right. And using those fucking names. And I'll say those fucking names because Jesus isn't the name. All right. That's not the name. There's no J's in Hebrew. All right. Look it up. There's no J's in Hebrew. There hasn't been. His name couldn't be Jesus. If you're still on that, hey, you're not in a good place, all right? Go and learn the real name. The real name is Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, all right? The Father's name is Yahweh, who you call God, all right? And the Son's name is Yahushai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, all right? So the Yahweh is the Father, and Yahushai is the Son. When you call on them, you say Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, which means the Father in the name of the Son. That is their Paleo names, all right? Their Paleo Hebrew names, which is true Hebrew, all right? And that's how you call on them. Not no Jesus Christ, not no God, no Yahweh, all right? Elohim, none of that. None of that, man. All right, and that's another thing. You're gonna have people. I'm an Israelite. Yeah, they're still calling the name of Christ. They're still, man. No. You're gonna be able to. So that's an example. You shouldn't trust everybody. All right. You wouldn't trust Kanye or Kyrie or all these other people. They say they're Israelites. Should you trust them? Do you think no, they're still fucking wicked, man. They're singing all these wicked abominations or bugging out or going back on their words, all right, and saying this, that, and the other, all right? And they, not one of them has started to teach, okay? That should show you that you can't trust everyone just because they say they're an Israelite, all right? You can't just trust everyone because they say, I'm an Israelite, brother. Okay, there's a lot more to do than just saying you're an Israelite. All right, there's a lot more than just saying you're an Israelite, okay? It's not just, oh, I'm an Israelite. Look, I got the Israelite clothes or the Israelite shoes. I got the Israelite, look, I got a Star of David tattooed on my arm, brother. None of that, man. That's going off. No? So, hey, you gotta, hey, use your spiritual eye, all right, not your worldly eye, okay? We're going to close out with Romans 2 and 28 through 29, all right? Again, it's not just because they say they're an Israelite, all right, doesn't make them an Israelite, all right? Same if you're waking up. Just because I'm an Israelite and then you go back to eating pepperoni pizza and pork chops, all right, and smoking weed and cigarettes and Newports, all right, and Black and Mild. No. You can't, we're just going to let the scripture get it, man. Romans 2 and 28 through 29, it reads, For he is not a Jew, all right, and the true Jews are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, all right? Because you got the fringes on, and you got, a big necklace with a lion on it, all right? And you got the beads, all right? And you got the fringes on your clothes, all right? And your dog has fringes, all right? Or even if you're not going to that extreme, you're just wearing fringes, all right? And or you're just, not taking it to the extreme. All right, for he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh. Okay, so you're not, just because you say, oh, you're wearing all the stuff, that doesn't make you a Jew. All right, and just because you're of the bloodline of Israel, all right, like it says, neither is that circumcision. Just because you're the bloodline of Israel, all right, and you say you're an Israelite, doesn't mean you're an Israelite. All right, by blood, yes, you are. All right, you are an Israelite, but you're not being an Israelite. All right, this isn't more than just saying. All right, this is more than just saying, oh, I'm an Israelite and moving on with your day. All right, you actually have to, being an Israelite comes with more than that. All right, it comes with laws, commandments, statutes, things you have to do, things you can't do. Okay, that's what it comes with. Okay, it says, let's read this from the top once again. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly. All right, that has all the fringes and this and that. Neither is that circumcision, all right, that it comes from the bloodline, all right, which is outward in the flesh. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not men, but of the Most High. And before you simple fucking Christians come in and say, see, it's not, it says not of the circumcision. No, that doesn't mean that you can come from anyone, all right? That doesn't mean you can be an Edomite, all right, and come in. That's not what it means, all right, because I had a fucking bug out, all right? I bugged out, more than likely an Edomite. All right, Christian, come on my page a long time ago when I mentioned this, talking about, the circumcision, see that we can be grafted in. No, you can't. Look up again, read that scripture, grafted in again, and read what again means. All right, it says this is speaking. Just because you're of the bloodline doesn't make you, some grand being. All right, it says, but he is a Jew that is one inwardly. All right, that's actually, that isn't all. It's all not all about the outward appearance. All right. Inwardly, all right, you do the right thing, all right, even when there's nobody around, you're still doing the right thing, all right, you try to the best of your ability to follow the laws and the statutes and the commandments, all right, and better yourself, all right, and learn and grow in this truth, all right, you try, all right, you study every day, all right, you watch lessons every day, you're a man, you make lessons every day, all right. Says, and the circumcision is that of a heart, and then that's another speaking. That's speaking on, not everybody is going to be actually in the worldly face value for this. All right, not everyone is going to actually have, not everybody in this truth is circumcised. All right, because that is a custom of ours. All right, but not everyone is going to be circumcised. Some of their parents might not have done it. All right, but also this is speaking of bloodline as well. Is that of the heart in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men but of the Most High. All right, so hey, we're seeking after the Most High. All right, so just because you wear fringes and say you're an Israelite doesn't make you an Israelite, man. All right, doesn't make you an Israelite. Well, I'm of the bloodline. Okay, you're of the bloodline of Israel. Yes, that is true, but you're not. You're still eating pork chops and smoking Black and Milds, man. All right, that's not being an Israelite. All right, sure, you might be an Israelite. That's not an Israelite. All right, that makes you so you can be among the 2/3. All right, but we're looking and striving to be part of the 1/3. All right, the elect in the nation of Israel. All right, and Lord willing, we're among that number. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Okay, so just because you think you're an Israelite or all this doesn't make you an Israelite. Okay, you actually got to come in and do things. You got to change. All right, you got to put off the old man and put on the new. Okay, so again, you brothers and sisters, all right, especially new ones waking up. All right, hey, don't trust everyone just because they say they're an Israelite. Don't fall off to a path. All right, because I'm an Israelite. I'm over here, brother. You should come over here. Don't trust everyone just because they say they're an Israelite, man. Because there's gonna be wicked people among us. All right, and again, some people might not be in it for the right reasons. Some people might just be in this because they like fringes. All right, and the Hebrew Israelites are trending right now. All right, you got to come in this for the right reasons. All right, following after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, coming back to your heritage. All right, and the Most High is coming back soon. Okay, and getting yourself ready before He comes. All right, so you can be thought of as a good light and not as some wicked 2/3. Okay, so hey, now's our time to be doing studying and trying to better ourselves. All right, to the best of our ability. All right, watching lessons every day, making lessons every day. If you're a man, okay. Getting this truth, getting this knowledge, right? Understanding what's going to happen in the end times, okay? Not about fringes and dance parties, all right? So hey, again, don't believe everybody that says they're an Israelite at face value, all right? Try their spirits, all right? Try their spirits, all right? So hey, with that, we're gonna close out. Lord willing, hey, this was edifying. Short a little lesson today, hey, but Lord willing, it's still edifying nonetheless. All right, with that, I want to close out. I want to say, shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. All right, well, Salakia. First and foremost, all right, I want to close out. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. Hey, we're almost out of here. All right, we're almost out of here. So now's the time to be studying and getting this truth. All right, so hey, with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this was edifying. Till next one, Lord willing, shalom.